The internet thought it had seen every scandal, until this. At first, it was just a whisper. A few screenshots, a cryptic caption, and one word that set social media on fire: pregnant. Within minutes, timelines crashed, fan bases clashed, and every gossip page from Madrid to Mexico City lit up with the same impossible question: who's the father? When Nicki Nicole finally confirmed her shocking baby news, the internet went into meltdown. Some pointed fingers at her ex, Peso Pluma. Others dragged football prodigy Lamine Yamal into the chaos after an old backstage clip resurfaced, showing them sharing what looked like a private moment. For days, silence. No posts, no denials, just tension. Until now. Tonight, Lamine Yamal breaks that silence, and what he says is nothing like the apology or confession fans expected. His words don't calm the storm. They ignite it. Because this isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's betrayal, ambition, and manipulation colliding in real time. A story where love meets power, and truth becomes the most dangerous secret of all. The moment the first whispers appeared online, nobody thought it would spiral into a global obsession. Screenshots of Nicki Nicole's cryptic posts circulated like wildfire. Black screens with emojis, half-erased captions, and one line repeated over and over: everything changes soon. At first, fans assumed it was just a marketing stunt, another promotional trick. But soon those whispers became accusations, theories, and eventually full-blown chaos. Every major fan page, influencer, and gossip account scrambled to dissect every pixel of every post. The internet wasn't just watching. It was participating in a digital investigation, piecing together what some believed to be hidden evidence of something massive. Then came the resurfaced backstage clip, a blurry recording from months ago, showing Lamine Yamal and Nicki Nicole laughing quietly in a dimly lit room. Nothing seemed unusual, yet fans immediately froze the footage, paused frame by frame. The wallpaper behind them matched the hotel suite rumored to belong to someone in Peso Pluma's circle. Was it coincidence? Or was there a connection no one had considered? Theories exploded. Who leaked it? Who was manipulating the narrative behind the scenes? Every theory seemed wilder than the last, and each one carried a growing sense of dread that maybe nothing in this story was innocent. As the hours passed, social media became a battlefield. Fans of Lamine Yamal demanded an explanation. Nicki Nicole's supporters shouted for privacy, claiming the speculation was cruel and invasive. Peso Pluma's followers were equally vocal, denying involvement and warning the public against drawing false conclusions. Meanwhile, journalists scrambled to catch the next clue, posting live updates, trending hashtags, and screenshots of disappearing content. The internet itself seemed to pulse with tension, a living organism reacting to every leak, every pause, every cryptic emoji that Nicki posted. By the third day, the story escalated beyond anything anyone had predicted. Anonymous accounts claiming insider knowledge surfaced, posting screenshots of supposed conversations between agents, managers, and legal representatives. Each post hinted at secrets so explosive that even journalists hesitated to verify them. Yet the public consumed every detail ravenously, debating authenticity while feeding the fire. The narrative became almost impossible to follow. Every piece of evidence contradicted another. And in the center of it all stood two people who had gone silent, leaving the internet to decide the story for them. Reports emerged that Nicki had been spotted leaving a recording studio late at night, face hidden, hood pulled low, flanked by two bodyguards. Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal appeared at a training session, avoiding eye contact, his expression unreadable. Every public appearance, no matter how brief, was analyzed for clues. The smallest gestures became evidence in a sprawling digital trial. Fans slowed videos, zoomed in on reflections in sunglasses, studied shadows on walls, anything to find the truth that seemed increasingly unattainable. Amid this chaos, one particularly striking leak made headlines. An audio clip, barely 15 seconds long, surfaced on an encrypted forum. A woman's voice, distorted but recognizable, whispered, "He promised it would stay private." No name was mentioned. But the combination of timing, context, and speculation immediately linked the voice to Nicki Nicole. The clip sent shockwaves through social media. Conspiracy threads multiplied, each theorizing about who he could be. Lamine? Peso Pluma? Someone else entirely? Debate reached fever pitch, with every interpretation supported by screenshots, blurry photos, and fan-edited videos. In private online groups, Journalists whispered that legal teams were preparing statements, possibly to contain the spiraling story. Yet those statements never came in full. Only snippets appeared, carefully worded, vague, and open to interpretation. Fans dissected every word, searching for hidden admissions. The lack of clarity only added fuel to the fire. Every hour without clarification became a new story, another viral explosion. It was no longer about what had actually happened. It was about what the world believed had happened. By the fifth day, the saga had reached a fever pitch. Memes, reaction videos, live streams, and discussion threads proliferated at a staggering pace. Each new piece of content was both a reflection of and a catalyst for the chaos. And somewhere behind the screens, Nicki Nicole and Lamine Yamal remained silent, observing, enduring, or perhaps orchestrating the storm in ways no one could yet understand. One thing was clear: the internet wasn't just watching the story unfold. The internet had become the story itself, a volatile mix of obsession, curiosity, and judgment driven by every rumor, every leak, and every unanswered question. And in that unrelenting noise, the biggest question lingered: who, if anyone, would control the narrative before it consumed them all? By the sixth day, the digital storm showed no sign of slowing. Every post, every comment, every fleeting mention of Nicki Nicole or Lamine Yamal carried weight. Fans became detectives, journalists became sleuths, and influencers turned every clue into content. Screenshots of deleted tweets circulated as evidence, and speculative timelines were drawn, complete with arrows, circles, and question marks. The story was no longer about the celebrities themselves. It had grown into a social experiment, a viral contagion of curiosity and obsession that refused to die. Insiders claimed that Nicki had spent days holed up in a private studio, her team enforcing strict silence. Those close to her reported she was tired, emotional, and scared, but determined not to let the narrative be hijacked. Lamine, on the other hand, had gone into near-total isolation, appearing only in brief training sessions where cameras followed his every move. A single glance, a slight gesture became viral content, dissected across forums and fan pages. The smallest detail carried the weight of hundreds of theories. Was his downcast gaze guilt, defiance, or something entirely unspoken? The leaks escalated when a short, shaky video surfaced on a private forum. The clip, only 10 seconds long, appeared to show Nicki entering a luxury car, her face partially hidden, her expression unreadable. A voice off camera murmured something indistinct, yet fans were quick to overlay captions, translating whispers into words that confirmed the worst suspicions. Every frame was paused, slowed, enhanced, and re-uploaded dozens of times. The same video sparked heated debates. Was it a staged leak, a real moment, or a setup orchestrated by someone seeking to manipulate public opinion? Meanwhile, social media began dissecting peripheral clues. The color of Nicki's nails in old posts, the lighting in Lamine's videos, even the background music on live streams. Every seemingly trivial detail was weaponized into proof for one theory or another. Rumors of hidden messages and encrypted files swirled, and fan accounts began claiming that legal teams were deliberately planting subtle hints in public-facing media to mislead observers. The speculation became so intense that multiple fact-check videos emerged, each claiming to expose the truth, only to contradict the last. Amid the chaos, an anonymous tip was leaked to a major gossip account. It claimed that a trusted aide had possession of a document linking all three parties, Nicki, Lamine, and Peso Pluma, to a private arrangement that would explain the sudden secrecy. The leak contained no concrete evidence, only fragments, blurred signatures, partial emails, and timestamps. But it was enough. Enough to send the online audience into a frenzy, theorizing endlessly about motives, betrayals, and cover-ups. Every screenshot, every fragment, became a new puzzle piece in a story that might never be solved. Fans began creating elaborate timelines of events, tracing movements, comparing social media posts, and even analyzing reflections in photos for hidden clues. Live streams erupted, with influencers drawing diagrams, arguing and speculating on who was lying, who was telling the truth, and what remained unseen. The line between reality and rumor blurred completely. Each new post or leak, no matter how minor, could shift the narrative entirely, sending the internet into another frenzy. Then came the whispers of the unseen. Anonymous accounts hinted that something far bigger than a single scandal was unfolding, a hidden layer of influence and control beyond the public eye. Was this a private feud? Or part of a calculated scheme designed to manipulate perception and public opinion? The uncertainty only amplified obsession. Fans and journalists alike became trapped in a cycle of speculation, unable to separate fact from fiction, truth from manipulation. By the end of the day, one thing was certain: the story had grown beyond Nicki Nicole, Lamine Yamal, and Peso Pluma. It had evolved into a living narrative, shaped as much by the audience as by the events themselves. Every retweet, every comment, every screenshot contributed to the chaos, making the internet both witness and participant. The digital world was no longer an observer. It was the stage on which the story played out, and no one could stop the momentum now. By the 7th day, the online frenzy had reached an unprecedented level. Every minor detail from the past weeks was scrutinized as if it were evidence in a high-stakes trial. Fans dissected every post, every glance, and every video frame, looking for hidden clues that might point to the truth. What had begun as a cryptic announcement had now evolved into a global obsession, a narrative fueled as much by speculation as by reality. Rumors spread faster than facts, and the line between them blurred with each passing hour. Then, a new leak surfaced. This time, it wasn't a photo or a short clip. It was an audio file. Less than a minute long, distorted and partially muffled, yet unmistakable to those following the story closely. A voice, low and urgent, said, "We need to contain it before it goes public. He can't know." Immediately, speculation reignited. Who was speaking? Lamine's camp? Peso Pluma's? Or was this an entirely different player manipulating the narrative from behind the scenes? Comments exploded, threads multiplied, and the hashtag #OurBabyScandal trended globally. Every possible angle was debated, dissected, and dissected again. The chaos intensified when one insider claimed to have verified the audio. Their statement, shared anonymously on a fan forum, implied that the clip confirmed a hidden arrangement, something meticulously planned to maintain appearances while hiding inconvenient truths. Fans and journalists dissected the timing of posts, the locations and photos, and even the subtle wording of social media captions. Every detail became part of a complex puzzle that seemed almost impossible to solve. Yet the more the public tried to piece it together, the murkier it became. Across multiple live streams, influencers analyzed the leak frame by frame, speculating about the emotions and intentions behind each word and gesture. One analyst suggested the voice belonged to a manager, another insisted it was someone close to Nicki Nicole. Every theory carried weight because nothing could be verified. The lack of transparency fueled obsession, turning casual viewers into digital detectives determined to uncover the hidden truth. Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal made a rare public appearance. A short statement, carefully composed, was released on social media. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. "I stand by what is right, and I will not be manipulated by rumors." The statement only fueled further speculation. Fans debated the meaning of each phrase, searching for hidden admissions, denials, or confessions. The intensity of the reactions highlighted the growing tension between public perception and private reality. Adding another layer to the drama, leaked messages claimed that Nicki Nicole had been in consultation with legal experts to control how information was released. Some posts suggested she had a plan to reveal the truth on her own terms, while others hinted at manipulation orchestrated by external parties seeking to profit from the chaos. Every leak seemed to contradict another, creating a labyrinth of conflicting narratives. The audience, unable to verify anything, was left to interpret each fragment of information for themselves. Amid this escalating tension, a visual clue surfaced, a grainy image showing Nicki leaving a private location, accompanied by a figure whose identity was obscured. Fans instantly speculated, creating timelines and maps to track movements, attempting to deduce who the person was and why they were there. Social media threads exploded with conflicting theories. Some claimed it was Peso Pluma, others suggested it was someone entirely unexpected. Each new interpretation added layers to the already convoluted story, keeping engagement high and speculation relentless. By the end of the day, the narrative had grown beyond the control of any single person. What started as a shocking announcement had become a multi-layered saga, combining leaked media, anonymous tips, insider claims, and public obsession. The story was alive, morphing in real time as new evidence surfaced, old clips resurfaced, and every comment contributed to the expanding chaos. Fans weren't just observers anymore, they were participants, co-creators of a scandal that seemed almost impossible to contain. The question on everyone's mind remained: who was truly orchestrating the events behind the scenes? Was it Nicki Nicole asserting control over her narrative? Lamine trying to defend his integrity, or an unseen hand manipulating the situation for reasons no one could yet comprehend? The ambiguity ensured that the story would continue to grow, pulling in viewers, fans, and journalists alike, all desperate for the next piece of the puzzle. Now that you've seen all the pieces, the leaks, the whispered messages, and the mysterious appearances, it's time to ask yourself, who do you really believe? Was Lamine Yamal protecting someone, or was he hiding something we weren't meant to see? Did Nicki Nicole finally take control of her story, or is there an entirely unseen force pulling the strings? And what about Peso Pluma? A bystander, a victim, or something else entirely? The truth has been fragmented, manipulated, and shared in bits and pieces, leaving all of us questioning what's real and what's crafted for attention. But here's the reality. Every screenshot, every post, every leak has made us a part of the story. We are not just spectators. We're participants in a digital trial where opinions shape perception and speculation becomes as powerful as fact. Now it's your turn. Drop your theories in the comments below. Who's telling the truth? Who's orchestrating the chaos behind the scenes? Could this all be a setup, a calculated move designed to manipulate the public? Or is the real story still waiting to be uncovered? Share your thoughts, debate with others, and see how your interpretation fits with the fragmented narrative we've followed together. If you want to stay on top of every new development, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is far from over. Every update, every new post, every leak could change everything we thought we knew. Share this video so others can join the conversation and experience the chaos firsthand. Remember, in the world of fame, manipulation, and hidden agendas, silence is never empty, and every secret leaves a trace. Stay alert, stay watching, and most importantly, stay questioning. Because the next revelation could drop at any moment, and you don't want to miss a single second of what comes next.